All right, I'd like to begin my argument against NAFTA by beginning with what I believe is the most inappropriate aspect of NAFTA. Now, from what I've seen of the last 20 years of NAFTA policy, 26, in the United States, you can only produce products by adhering to specific federally outlined workers' rights and safety and payment, gender equality, environmental health standards within the United States and territories and neighboring countries, pre-NAFTA anyway. Now, a company can be an American company, set up factories overseas, be it in Asia, Mexico, wherever, and they do not have to adhere to U.S. federal regulations on worker rights, worker wages, health and environmental safety, and gender equality payment, so on and so forth. Now, this is the globalization debate. The question is NAFTA based globalization any different than colonial slavery? And of course, the answer is no, it is not. I believe that in order for any company to do business selling a product within the United States, that product must be adhered to in terms of production, safety, sanitary, health, environmental concerns, human rights concerns, pay, salary, gender equality concerns that have to be legally adhered to within the U.S. federal government law. Now, before NAFTA, the United States would have agreements with only nations that had similar human rights, environmental rights, workers' rights standards. And of course, you wouldn't be able to do business with a tiny little island nation in the Pacific Ocean. You wouldn't be able to set up a factory in Mexico in the middle of what can only be considered drug induced cartel warfare, particularly comparable to civil warfare. The question that I can't escape is how the United States is legally able, by signing an agreement between three nations in the beginning and further extending themselves to other industrialized nations, beginning with Canada and Mexico, and then expanding towards Europe and China, Asia. How can the United States, in writing a NAFTA bill, which by any understanding would be the spreading of the greatest American values, workers' rights, anti-monopoly laws, sanitation, gender equality, wage equality, children not being able to work because they're children. These are the things that the United States was expected to spread through any kind of globalization platform. And of course, with NAFTA, what we've seen is the exact opposite. Instead of spreading American values, inhumane values of the non-first world have been spread to the United States. And of course, what you see because of it is several states trying to get around federal workers' protection laws and such. And in the end, I feel that NAFTA has become breach of several federal laws pertaining to the states. And because these companies are doing business in terms of sales within the United States, they're still applicable in terms of production, even contracting out production to separate companies in foreign countries that don't have the same federal regulations. And of course, this is my argument, my opening argument for the outline or for coming to the conclusion that NAFTA is an illegal practice.